welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life series number 13. Today is day 28 and our designer is Kathy Lang. If I can find any social media information for her, I will list that below in the description box. Also in the description box there is the playlist link as well as a link to the Facebook community group if you're interested in joining and working on 30 Days of Sketches when they next appear, which I believe is in March of next year is when the next group goes out. So what I have here, I have a mishmash of pet papers. I have Bella Boulevard, which I believe is this piece and this piece, and maybe this piece, this gray piece. Yeah, I think it's this piece. And then I have an Echo Park pattern paper. I had some wood veneer that I had painted for a different layout, and I pulled those out just to see if maybe I could go ahead and use those. Both of these pieces are from Echo Park, I think. This one might be something from Photoplay, but I think this is Echo Park. And then I have this pack of Photoplay embellishments that I don't know if I'm going to open. I have these two packs of ephemera. One is Doodlebug Design. The other one is the Bella Boulevard that matches this. This is Chloe Collection. I have pulled things out already that I want to play with, and I have photos of our old man kitty. This is Smudge. You guys see Jasper walk across my layout on videos all the time, but this is old man kitty Smudge. Smudge is 15 years old now. He turned 15 in June. These photos were taken in the fall of 2015, so he was a little bit younger and a whole lot sassier. Well, maybe not sassier. He's pretty sassy. And so I'm going to scrapbook these. I do have a little bit of a conundrum. This is supposed to be 2 4x6 landscape photos. Mine are in portrait. And I can trim down photos for the 2 3x4 and the 4x4 photo will be easy enough to trim down. I am going to be pulling in some labels for journaling later. I don't have those out yet. And I'm considering seeing how I like scrapbooking this with my base paper. I used to use colored cardstock a lot more often as a base with pattern paper than I have most recently, so we'll see. I'm going to start putting it together, and if I don't like what it looks like, I will probably switch to craft or even white cardstock. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to make some cuts because there are some things on here that need to be cut down, some pattern paper. This piece I am probably going to use whole as it is. It's the only piece I have left. And other than that, I'm ready to go. Be right back. So right off the bat, when I started laying out my background paper with that blue, I didn't like it. So instead I used the blue cardstock to map my photos, and I pulled out, and I wish you could see it, but it is a gray wood grain paper cardstock. I love this cardstock. It would be awesome to ink so that you can actually really see the wood grain. Anyway, so I also made a mistake when I was cutting my circles. I meant to cut that circle with my Cameo out of the middle of it. Well, I didn't place my mat correctly, or didn't place the paper on the mat correctly, and I ended up not cutting it in the middle. So I'm going to have to hide that, which as it stands, it does work out well. So I'm just going to use it, and it'll peek out of the bottom of my photo mat. My photo mat is also wider than this piece of pattern paper, which is also okay. So it just kind of hangs over the sides, and so all you see is the little bit poking out of the bottom, and that is going to be a landing spot for my title anyway. So I'm also just going to kind of start pulling out these little pieces of ephemera. I know that I'm going to be using Kitty for part of my title. I know that I want that tab with the little paw print up there on the upper right. On that circle. I know I want to use the little box kitty and put a crown on his head. Yes, the crown is pink. No, Smudge is not a girl, but he doesn't care. Actually, if you put a crown on his head, you would probably get bit, but that's besides the point. So, next up, I'm going to go ahead and build the background for the second side. And as you can see, I have used washi tape to tape my cardstock down to my glass mat, and that is just so that I can get things on here evenly. And I'm going to add this second border here. I think my borders, the striped borders, are 1.5 inches. The paw print border is 1 inch, or maybe just 3/4 of an inch by 12. And then the blue piece that is next to the stripe on the other side, I think it's 1.25 inches. I'm not sure because it was pre-cut. It was just a scrap from a previous layout, and I tend to do that. I will put scraps from previous layouts in my Christmas themed boxes have scraps in them so that they can be found. I don't put those in my regular scrap bins, not themed paper. I usually stick it in with the collection or the theme that they go to so that I have access to it later. So off camera, I went ahead and used the little frame ephemera piece, the little green one, to mat my smaller photo of Smudge sitting on the, that box is what I stored our blankets in the living room, the little throw blankets, and he decided it was his chair, and so he would sit there and just watch his humans walk by and do their thing every day anyway. So I am trying to build up little clusters, and for the most part they end up staying the way that I am putting them on here. I do change up a little bit, and I'll explain that off camera or later on in the video. So I found a little banner piece in the ephemera pack from the Bella Boulevard Chloe, and so that helped, and I'm going to go ahead and build my title now. So I have to tell you about this title just a little bit. When he was a little kitten and we first got him, the family decided on what to name him, and I threw out the name Shmoo. The kids didn't like it. They wanted to call him Smudge, and everybody voted, and that was the name that he was given, was Smudge. Well, me being me, I just started calling him my Smudgy Shmoo, and it stuck. So everybody calls him Smudgy Shmoo at least once or twice. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this title on here, and you're gonna see in a second that the second word is too long and it goes too far off the right hand side of that first page, and I have to move everything over. It is a good thing that these are puffy letters and they are easy to move, otherwise I would have been in trouble. So as much as I complain about puffy stickers having to be re-glued, in this case, and in many cases, I'm actually kind of glad because I know that I can just pick them up and move them if I need to. So I just pull the entire embellishment cluster and title over just a tad to the left-hand side of the photo, of the layout, and then reposition the rest of my title a little bit. And that's my kid's hand. He was admiring the photos of Smudge. Alright, I got this layout finished. I did move some things around. Decided to take the yarn ball and this heart from this corner and put it over here by the title. And the little paw print that I had over here I put on top of my journaling, and the pink heart went up there on top with the tab. Otherwise, I am pretty happy with the way that this turned out. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, I would absolutely love to have you subscribe to my channel. Just click that button below, and if you want YouTube to notify you, click the bell, and they will send you an email and let you know when I've put out new content. For the month of October, I am pushing out daily content, but typically I only do 2 to 4 videos per week. So it'll slow down here next week, and there won't be as much to keep up with for me and you both. So I just want to say that I appreciate all of you who have come this month and watched these videos with me, and I really appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Bye.